Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the joint meeting of Academia and WorldLink Toastmaster. And it's me, Toastmaster member of Apex Toastmaster Club, and today I'm a SAA for today's meeting. First of all, as you know, in our life we have our mission, same as Toastmaster also have a mission, and for that I want to request everybody to put your right hand on your chest and repeat after me. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. Now, I want to share the ground rule of the Toastmaster. First of all, please do not talk about the sex, religion, and politics. Also, please do switch off or silent mode in your electronic devices. Also, if you want to leave this room, please do it during the gap of the meeting. It will help to reduce distractions of the speakers, and also the washroom is this side. You can go step forward on this side. And now I would like to call our presiding officer, Toastmaster Smriti Tuladar.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Pemba, for starting the meeting exactly on 4:15 p.m. and also stating the mission of Toastmasters in a very beautiful way. Adding on to Toastmaster International, it is a non-profit educational organization which helps members to develop their leadership and public speaking roles by a network of clubs headquartered in Inglewood, Colorado. Toastmasters began as a series of speaking clubs organized by Ralph C. Smedley while he was working for a Young Men's Christian Association in Bloomington, Illinois, United States. The first unofficial meeting of Toastmasters was held in March 24, 1905. Talking about the history of Toastmasters in Nepal, Kathmandu Toastmaster Club is the first ever official club which was established in 1991. It is also one of the oldest clubs in District 41 and also in South Asia. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, club members of WorldLink, Academia, Apex, and United College, and our valued guest. I am Toastmaster Smriti Tuladar, Charter President of WorldLink Toastmasters Club and the presiding officer for today's meeting. This is our joint meeting as stated by our SAA of Academia and WorldLink. So as a presiding officer, I would like to formally announce open of this meeting with this gavel. I would also like to add that this is the 20th meeting of WorldLink Toastmasters Club and 77th meeting of Academia Toastmasters Club. Well, I do not see any guests for today, so I would like to skip the guest introduction round. Moving on to the next round, not the next round to be precise, the introduction round of our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Saroj. Talking about him, he is the area director, as you all know, of Area B1 Council, charter president at North Mandu Toastmasters Club. He's also lectured at various colleges. That's what I've come to know from his Facebook profile, as he has mentioned there. Lecturer at Thames International, also a lecturer at Himalayan White House and Apex College, and there are many more. I don't know whether he's still involved in all of those colleges or not. Also a soft skills trainer. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Saroj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti. Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Toastmaster Saroj and Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. I'm sure you all have this piece of paper with you all. Thank you to Toastmaster Smriti for wonderfully designing and making this joint meeting of Academia and WorldLink Toastmasters Club happen today. Once again, I welcome you all to the joint meeting of Academia and WorldLink Toastmasters Club. Since we do not have any guests here, but still, I would just like to highlight how Toastmasters meeting functions for the benefit of some very new members of Academia as well as WorldLink Toastmasters Club. The entire meeting is divided into 3 parts. The first part is where our prepared speakers will deliver their speeches, and these speeches will be prepared by the featured speakers based on Toastmaster International Pathways Manual. The second part is a table topic session where our table topic master will be shooting various topics, and anyone from the audience can raise their hand and take part in this particular segment. The third part is the evaluation segment, one of the most important segment in any Toastmasters meeting, and this will be led by our general evaluator with her team of direct as well as indirect role takers. And the theme of today's meeting is love letters, or love letter as it was mentioned in the agenda, but the agenda sheet says love letters, and that is, I think, what we should go for, love letters, because I'm sure you all have written not just one but many love letters in your life. How many of you have written love letters? It could be emails or messages, instant messages as well.
Everyone.
Let's raise your hand and let's see how many of you have written love letters. None? Not yet? Not yet? No? Many times? Okay. Fantastic. Since all of you have this agenda sheet, I would like all of you to use the back side.
Especially to those who have not written till now.
Yes. Use the back side of the empty space, and I want all of you to write something.
Can we have forward, please?
It could be anything. It could be anything. Write down just one sentence. It could be anything. Anything. Just write down one sentence on the back of that paper. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be the theme. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And to those of you who've never written love letters in life, I would like to request all of you to think throughout this meeting about love letters and imagine that if you were to write a love letter, how would you write it? You don't have to write it now. Just think, what would you write on that piece of paper or on that tablet or computer or wherever? Just think about it. Yeah? Okay. So while we are thinking, let me now request our general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Smriti, to highlight what the evaluation segment is all about and introduce her team of role takers for today's meeting. Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saroj. Good afternoon once again. I'm also taking the role as a general evaluator for today. And the purpose of this general evaluator is to evaluate everything that happens in this meeting. And to help with this general evaluation, I also have a team of 2 teams, a tag team and the direct evaluation team. In direct evaluation team, our direct evaluator for today, Toastmaster Yusuf Shrestha from the United College, will be directly evaluating the prepared speech of Toastmaster Puneet. And for the indirect evaluation, I have a tag team, as like I said earlier. And at this moment, I would like to introduce my tag team. So for the tag team, starting off with our counter, I do not see she here at the moment, so we'll come to her later. Secondly, I have Toastmaster Khagendra Singh, who is taking the role of timer. He is a student of Thames College and the charter member. Charter member? No, he's a new member. So, okay, new member of Academic Toastmasters Club. So, Toastmaster Khagendra, please highlight your role as a timer for today.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'm third Toastmasters and guest. Today is no guest. So today I have taken a role of timer. So I'll be looking after the time of every speakers, evaluators, and table topic speakers as well. And I'll be showing for the featured speaker, I'll be showing a green flag on minimum time, and allow for I'll be showing green flag for 3 minutes, and allow flag for 4 minutes, and red flag for 5 minutes. 5, 6, 7 minutes, and after when I show the red flag, he or she will have extra 30 seconds to wrap up his or her speech. Similarly for the table topic speaker, he or she has maximum of 2 minutes. I'll be showing green flag for every 1 minute, and yellow flag for 1.5 minutes, and after 2 minutes I'll be showing red flag, and after when I show the red flag, he or she will have extra 30 seconds for the wrapping his or her speech. And for the general evaluator, the maximum time is 3 minutes, and I'll be showing green flag for minimum time, which is of 2 minutes. And then after I'll be showing yellow card for 2.5 minutes, and I'll be again showing red cards for 3 minutes, and extra he or she will have 30 seconds to wrap his or her evaluation speech. And thank you, and best of luck to all the speakers.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khagendra. Moving on to the grammarian for today, we have Toastmaster Anil from the WorldLink Toastmaster Club. He is customer's experience enthusiast, who is compassionate, adventurous, and a big fan of music. So, Toastmaster Anil, please highlight the role of you today and also the word of the day as well.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmasters, for this meeting. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. It's me, Toastmasters Anil, as a grammarian for today. So, it is my responsibility as a grammarian to listen carefully to every speakers and evaluate the uses of your grammar. I'll take note of any misuse of the English language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is cherish. I will repeat again, the word of the day is cherish. It's a verb and it goes like this. The meaning of it goes like this. It means protect and care for someone loving you, whom you love, you protect and care. So it's, for example, he needed a woman who could cherish. He needed a woman who could cherish. So, thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmasters. Please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anil, for highlighting your role and also explaining the word of the day in a very beautiful way. And not forgetting other role which we have for today is the ballot counter. We have Toastmaster Ujjwal taking the role of ballot counter for today from Academia Club, who is also a student at Thames College. He's not here at the moment, so we'll come back to him as later. So that's it from my side with the role takers and their topics. Anything?
I forgot to mention something.
Okay.
Each speakers are encouraged to use the word of the day. Yes, that's the very important thing for today. So everyone please try to use it. Yes, cherish this moment.
Okay. So like our Toastmaster Anil said, let's cherish the moment. And as we all know, joint meeting is a lot of fun because we have members from different clubs coming together at the same place. So let's have this joint meeting going on. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Saros.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and your set of evaluators for today's meeting. Now, in order to cherish this meeting, I would now like to request everyone to do one more thing. Using the agenda sheet, the back side of the agenda sheet once again. Write down, not a sentence this time, just one word, any word that comes to your mind randomly. It could be the theme, it could be something related to the theme or not related to the theme. Anything. That word that came to your mind immediately. Now, to those of you who raised your hand earlier, from the many people out here, would anyone like to share your first love letter?
It's very common to see, or?
Oh, you can do it from there, no problem.
So, going back to my school days, when I was in grade 3, I had a lovely love experience, a lovely love letter from a little cute girl that there was a box actually, yes or no, and I had to take the right answer. So that was the first love letter I got in my life, and I would like to cherish that moment forever.
So Toastmaster Yusuf spoke about the first love letter that he received. How about the first love letter that you wrote? Anyone would like to? Yes, go on, Toastmaster Munir.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
I was not as lucky as Toastmaster Yusuf. He was able to receive the love letter from a cute girl, as he mentioned. But for me, it was a totally different experience. It was in class 8, and that was the first time I fell in love with a girl. That was love at first sight, because that was the first day of school. So during our time, the 8th standard was a time for an intake as well. People from other schools could come. So one girl came, and I saw her during the assembly. I fell in love with her instantly.
Background music.
Background music, marriage music, everything. I had even planned kids with her. So I went that far. And without wasting any time, the very same day, I planned to propose her with a love letter. And I wrote whatever I thought at that time, and I gave it to her. The result, you might have already guessed, was a very bad rejection. It was a traumatizing experience for me, because that was my first feeling, and I was rejected so badly, so harshly. Like, she literally used the word "paas to kale." That was the experience of my first love letter. Thank you.
thank you, Toastmaster Puneet and Toastmaster Yusuf, for sharing your experience of receiving a love letter and sending a love letter. My first experience is completely different to both of you. So, and it was during my grade 8 as well. So this was, as Toastmaster Puneet said, grade 8, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, this is the time, when you are attracted to someone. And mine is completely different to yours because both of these things happened and didn't happen as well. And I'll tell you how. So, girl in my class received a love letter. And she looked at me and said, yes. And I was like, what? What happened? And I looked at my friend who was sitting next to me and he was smiling and he said, like, she said yes to you, she said yes to you, she said yes to you. And apparently it was my friend who wrote that love letter and sent it to the girl, with my name on it. So I did not write a love letter. She received a love letter. And she even said yes to me. So I was supposed to go out on a date with this girl. And That's my experience of my first love letter ever, which I did not write and which just came back with a reply of yes. Lucky me, unlucky me. we'll, we'll find out in a bit. Okay, now let's move on to our first segment of this meeting, which is prepared speech section. And since we do not have three speakers today, generally in Toastmasters meeting we have three speakers lined up, but today we only have one speaker, and that is none other than Toastmaster Puneet himself. Toastmaster Puneet is the secretary of WorldLink Toastmasters Club, a charter secretary, I would say. Charter secretary? No, charter member, currently a secretary at WorldLink Toastmasters Club. And to evaluate him, we have Toastmaster Yusuf from United College Toastmasters Club. I would like to request Toastmaster Yusuf to highlight the objective of Toastmaster Puneet's speech.
So Toastmaster Puneet is in his level 1 project 2, where he has to deliver a speech with purpose. And his purpose is to learn, review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Over to you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Let's welcome Toastmaster Puneet, our first speaker. Toastmaster Puneet, connect the unconnected. Connect the unconnected, Toastmaster Puneet.
Excuse me, sorry. Imagine this. You are just chilling by the mesmerizing Seyfoksunda Lake, gazing through the stunning turquoise waters. And suddenly, a thought crosses your mind. Wow, how I wish I could post on Instagram right now. That was my feeling when I was there in 2021. If I could have posted on that day, it would have been gone viral with hundreds of likes, and I would be an instant celebrity right there. Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm here to tell the story of connecting areas and people of Nepal to the fifth basic necessities of life. I'll come back to it. In hierarchies of necessities, the basics are food, shelter, and clothing. Then came education. As you already know by now, we cannot survive without our online lives anymore. There comes the fifth basic necessity of life, the internet. Have you imagined yourself what would you be doing right now if there was no internet? Of course, you would have been cherishing some moments physically together, but I'm sure this thing wouldn't have happened if there was no internet. The club, see our club number. It's even hard to count the digits. This is all because of internet. You have to admit. Do you think you can survive without smartphones in this today's days? I'm sure none of you can think it's possible, isn't it? But smartphone is dumb till it's connected to internet. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube gives you all the entertainment at your fingertips. while apps like Viber, WhatsApp, Messenger connects seamlessly to your loved ones who are far away in this world. Not to forget, there is news at instant right now, where back in those days would have been a situation where I would wait for a newspaper to arrive to my doorsteps. The world has come very far now. We have all these luxuries, but still there are many places in Nepal who are who are not connected to the world in terms of communication. Those among those remote places there of Nepal, the big one is the mighty Karnali. Humongous by size, but sparsely populated. Extremely difficult terrain and way back in terms of infrastructure. On 2018, with the initiation of Nepal Telecommunications Authority in partnership with WorldLink, we decided to connect all the local bodies of Karnali region to internet, which was by then not there or there in some small and very poorly connected mobile data service. That was taken as a Rashtriya Gaurav Yojana, pride of the nation. We were hyped up, excited. We knew the roads ahead won't be easy. But what came along were beyond our imagination. There were numerous unseen circumstances that we faced along the way. We set up an infrastructure to connect few districts of Karnali, which was in a very extreme location, around 3,500 meters above sea level. In challenging place with no vegetation, we set up the infrastructure. What we found the very next day, everything was gone. When we arrived there, we saw all the equipments were stolen the night before. That was so disheartening, especially because this project was aimed at that region's development. But we didn't lose heart. We installed all those equipments again. And also there are few hardships we had faced during that project time, like getting lost on surveys. Can you feel my pain? I walked 5 hours on a steep hill to reach to a place where, when I reached, I found out I ended up in the wrong place. I should have gone to the next hill that I could see, but I couldn't go there. With all my feelings, I got exhausted and planned to stay there, so because there was no possibility. And the place where I stayed was in a very uncertain place. That was a cow shed. Forgetting about everything, we packed up. We finished in 3 years' time. We gave Karnali the communication that they never had before. And there were some instances where people were doing calls, video calls for the first time to their relatives, daughters, sons, for the first time in person for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. That gave us immense pleasure and pride. That is what I say, connecting the unconnected. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. I'd like to request our timer to highlight. Mr. Timer, I'd like to request you to highlight if our speaker made it within the time limit.
Unfortunately, speaker hasn't exceeded the time bound. He has taken 7 minutes and 38 seconds. So
Okay, thank you very much. This is the reason why we have timer in Toastmasters meeting. Okay, but fantastic, memories that Toastmaster Puneet shared with all of us. That something is really something to cherish for each and every citizen of this country, I would say. Fantastic project. Okay, now once again, let's go back to our theme. Using this blank paper once again, especially to the newcomers of the meeting. The next thing that I want all of you to write down on that backside of the paper is, to those of you who raised your hand earlier saying that you've written a love letter, it will be easier for you. But to those of you who have not written a love letter, this could be an imaginary, right? If you had written a love letter. And to those of you who've written a love letter, I'm sure you all remember your first love letter. Okay. What was that first sentence that you wrote? Do you remember the first sentence that you wrote on your love letter?
Yeah.
Please write it down then.
It's the girl's name.
It could be anything.
Dear.
Something, dear, or I don't know. It could be anything. Come on, write it down. To those of you who have not written love letter, if you were to write down a love letter, what would be your first line?
Does salutation count? Dear something?
Yeah.
Counts?
The first sentence.
Dear or dearest.
What was the first sentence that you wrote on your love letter? The first love letter that you wrote? I'm sure you all remember your first love letter. I'm sure you remember the first words and first phrases and the first sentence. Just write it down on that piece of paper. To those of you who have never written a love letter, if you were to write a love letter, what would it be?
Does the subject count? Because I wrote through a subject. I also gave a subject to my love letter.
Application for
No, not like that, but there was a subject.
To whom it may concern.
Write it down then. Yourself.
Okay, so since Toastmaster Puneet is so hyped up, would you like to share what you wrote?
Actually, I
Subject. I love you.
yeah,
So what is it? Would you like to share with us?
okay. It was weird. My first time, and at that time we had just learned to write applications. So I just
Applications or you just learn to write later? In
no,
school?
application.
Application.
Yeah. Normally, an application used to the first thing you write was the subject.
Yeah.
So I also wrote a subject.
Whoa.
And the subject was I love you.
Toastmaster Produce, what was your first sentence?
Actually, I couldn't remember that, so I was trying to recall what I wrote in the first line. I couldn't remember that. But yeah, it was a long letter. And I remember, like, I even wrote one a song by George Michael, I think. It is. I wrote the song, sorry. So I wrote the letter, and with that, I even wrote the whole song, which I knew by heart that time, which I couldn't recall now. So I'm sorry. That was my experience. And yes, I also wrote that in other grade. So at the same time, reading.
Oh, grade 8. Okay. We have so much in common, the grade 8. Anyone else? Toastmaster Abhishek, would you like? Oh. Yes, Toastmaster Sujit.
Yeah, I just recall. Actually, it was on grade 8. So just after the district examination, like we were so close to each other, so we used to call by our pet names. And Cuckoo was the name. The first sentence was, "Dear Cuckoo, you are very lovely." Don't do on camera. This is exactly because I have got the letter in my home.
Whoa!
And the best part of my letter was I don't know what happened, but I have given the deadline as well. The deadline was 2 days after the
Okay.
you received the letter. Please write a reply and give it back.
That was also application.
So that's how I still have that letter. Yeah, unfortunately she didn't make it. But I have a reply from her.
And that's why you have the letter back with you, because you got it back. Wow. Go on then, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Actually, I vividly remember the
I think
experience, and
we
it
should
was
share
in
this
grade
video.
8.
Movies.
Yes, it was also in grade 8.
Also in grade.
Great.
That's great.
Being a node and a techno freak, my love letter was kind of different. I was pretty into a call, and she had given me a pen drive. And in that pen drive, I had collected all the songs and all the songs that I loved, and I think that described her. And I had also put a text, the what do you call that notepad one? I don't recall the format. And the first line was, "If I could give you anything in life, I would give you the ability to see yourself through my eyes." And I had made the list of the songs that I had put in that pen drive, and I had given that pen drive to her. Actually, it was not a formal love letter, but it was my way of saying that I like you. But later on, I found out that the pen drive was got around all our friends.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek. Now, would any of you who have never written a love letter share your imaginary line? Anyone? Go on then.
Propose. So, I have not written till date, but if I were able to write, what is home for you guys? Home. Take a home, take a word.
Home.
Mother's smile.
For this night. Home.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. That's what for me. My fourth line is, as you make me feel like a home.
Toastmaster Ujjwal might want to continue that later in your spare time and give it to that special someone in near future. Okay, anyone else would like to share? Okay, go on then.
Okay. Dear love, will you be able to quench my thirst of love?
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you all so much for, letting your heart out, sharing your moments in order to cherish it and to make this meeting even more memorable. So, this was a sort of a demo of what is going to happen in the next segment, which is the impromptu speech segment, which will be led by our table topic master, Toastmaster Samani Subedi. Toastmaster Samani Subedi is the charter member of WorldLink Toastmasters Club and currently he is the VP Education of the very club. I request now Toastmaster Samani to proceed and take charge of the table topic session. Over to you.
Again, good afternoon, everyone. I am your table topic master for today. So our theme is love letter. I've selected 3 topics around the love letters. So this session is specially designed as an impromptu session where our guest speaker will be given a chance to speak in these themes. In this given topic, which I will obviously provide to you. And this session is also known as that session which will help to train your mind to give a speech, and also this session will help you for your communication and leadership skills as well. So I request everyone who is sitting back as a guest to raise your hand. Otherwise, I have that veto power also to choose you uh, to give your thoughts in these given topics. So let's cherish this moment of love letters, and I'm also giving you this chance to say something to your dream loved ones. Okay, without much ado, I'd like to request to raise your hand and give a speech. Give chance yourself to give a speech by confronting us. So anyone who wants to come first, okay. Welcome, Toastmaster Bhushan. I know how lovable person you are and how you cherish your love life. So I have 3 topics, 1, 2, 3. Which would you like to choose? 1, 2, or 3?
I'd like to choose number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Number 2 is, what elements make a love letter timeless and unforgettable? Over to you. I'm sorry, I just missed to describe the time session of your speech. You will be given 2 minutes to give your speech, and in 1.5 minutes, green card will be shown.
1 minute.
Sorry, 1 minute green card will be shown. 1.5 minutes to yellow card will be shown, and finally, in 2 minutes, red card will be shown. And to wrap up your speech, extra 30 seconds will be given. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samani. Fellow guests and respected Toastmasters, I'm Toastmaster Roshan Karki. Let me take you back to my plus 2 days where I had to propose a girl.
Had to.
And I studied at United Academy, and it was very strict college. So I had a crush with one girl, and we used to talk very politely as a friend, not as girlfriend boyfriend. But my friends insisted me to propose her, to give her a love letter. So I wrote many things in that letter, and the more I think at that time, the time I spent writing that love letter was less than thinking how could I give that letter inside the United Academy and give that to the girl. So I spent most of the time thinking about how to take that love letter inside the college, and finally I got an idea. I was a biological student, so we used to have a botanical practical sessions, and during that time I glued that love letter and card inside that botanical practical sheet, and I glued it all the way from the top to bottom, and I took it inside the college and I gave her to that girl. But what can I say? Fortunately or unfortunately, I missed to write my name later. And I waited for about 1 to 2 weeks, but I never got the reply from her. And I was so confused. Why didn't I get that reply from her? And I asked one of the close female friends who was also close to that my cross, and she told me that there was no name. She was so confused who gave her a love letter. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roshan. I would like to ask Timer if he is eligible for voting or not.
You can ask at the end. Once we.
Okay. So let's continue this charitable movement. I'd like to ask request to raise your hand to participate in this movement. So we have another speaker, Toastmaster W. So I have 2 numbers, 1 and 3. Which would you like to choose? 1. Okay, 1 is, share a memorable experience of receiving or sending a love letter. Over to you.
Okay, yes. Share a memorable experience of receiving or sending a love letter. Okay, I was not as lucky as Toastmaster has said. Like, I didn't receive love letter, but yes, I wrote many. Some I posted, some I didn't. So the most memorable experience was like when I was in the grade 8, I had the fear that this love letter will lead to the, if she send it to the headmaster's office, then I will be in big trouble. So that was only one thing. I think I was bit. I had that experience, and I was afraid of that because if that ended in principal's office, then of course it will reach to my home, and so that was the fear. And other thing is like there was excitement, like what will she say, what will be the reply. But I was lucky that she said yes. But still, it was difficult for me to approach her after that, and so it kept on going for many months before we first had a date. So these are the things.
Thank you for sharing with us your cherishable moment, I'll say. Now I have last topic, so I request to raise your hand and participate yourself. Anyone from, okay.
If I can.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Love letters.
Okay. You have, imagine you found an old love letter in an antique store. What would it say and who would it be from? This is your topic.
I was trying to say about my love letter. Imagine you found an old love letter in an antique store. What would it say? And who would it be from?
You are wasting your time.
No, it has not started, right?
Already.
You already started. Love letters and I have a hate relationship. Till now, none of my love letter has been accepted. But I would like to tell myself that the letter that I will find in an antique store would be definitely for me. Definitely for me. And of course, what it is going to say is that, dear Puneet, I know you have fell in love multiple times. I feel pity on you. And I'm too ready to be your girlfriend. And that letter would have been from my first girlfriend, who, after getting married and being frustrated with her husband, finally would have accepted me as her boyfriend. Because the number of times I have proposed her, I'm pretty sure she would never ever forget me in her life. Thank you.
That was really nice speech on your unsolved or on. I don't know what to say. Thank you everyone for your impromptu speech. That was really nice. I hope everyone has enjoyed this cherishable moment. And now I would like to ask our timer if all the speakers are eligible for voting or not.
Yes, all the speakers are eligible for voting.
I would like to request everyone to cast your vote and also ask our ballot counter to collect the vote. Now, I would like to request our Toastmaster Toastmaster Soros to take charge of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Somani, for that wonderful and cherishable moment of three fantastic table topic speakers. Do you want to know what I wrote in my first ever love letter? I asked you all because I still remember the first time I wrote a love letter. Not that one that was accepted, that was not written by me, but the actual love letter that I wrote with my own hands. Now you see, I shared that she received a love letter which was not received by me and it got accepted. So now, having to date this girl, I had to write a letter. And I did not know how to write a love letter. So, fortunately or unfortunately, I asked a friend of mine from the school that I need to write a letter. And he was like, come, I'm going to teach you how to write a love letter. And I had no idea how to write a love letter. Probably I would have written some of those applications later like some of you did. But thankfully I had this friend who taught me how to write a love letter. It was a nice, lengthy 1 page of letter. I do not remember what I wrote in that entire page because it was all taught by my friend. He told me write this and write that, and I wrote a page length of love letter. I do not remember anything, but I only remember that first sentence. And I asked him, how do I address her as? And he said, it's right. I was ready to write, and he said, sweet lips. Sweet lips and the name of that person. I'm not going to reveal the name of the person. And that's what I wrote. Sweet lips. ... And then came a lengthy letter. Folded it nicely, put it into some, design.
Did you decorate your love letter as well?
Sorry?
Did you decorate your love
Yeah,
letter?
something like that. And passed it on to her during one of the class when the teacher was not around. And she got the love letter. And she went to the corner, and all of her female friends gathered around her. She opened the letter while I was watching from the classroom. She opened the letter, and I'm sure everyone read that first sentence. And there was a room full of laughter in that. Everybody was like, I was so embarrassed that I ran out of the classroom. Now, there is a good thing about that particular letter and bad thing as well. The good thing was that it was funny and, that progressed on to our next further few more dates. The bad thing was, I was not mentored properly by a proper person. And this is why mentorship is very, very important. And on that note, I did not got any feedback from her. She did not tell me anything about that love letter. She did not tell me it was embarrassing how you wrote the letter. She did not say anything in our next date. We just went on, carrying on, chatting and meeting each other. So this is why feedback is very, very important. If she had told me that you should not write a love letter like that when you are in grade 8, then maybe I wouldn't have written a love letter like that. Which further escalated, and this very same friend taught me, this friend who taught me how to write a love letter, taught me one more thing in future. And he asked me, what do you do on a date? And I was like, yeah, we talk. What do we talk about? We talk about this, we talk about that, we talk about weather. What does a class, grade 8 students do? You talk about friends, you talk about someone, how bad this person is, how good this person is.
Good and bad.
You talk about the weather, you talk about some movies, you talk about some actor. What else are you going to do? So, feedbacks are very, very important. And on that note, now I would like to progress on to our third segment, which is the evaluation segment. And this is why feedbacks are very, very important, because it tells us what you are doing right and what you are doing not so right, and how you can improve on it. And to conduct this session, now I'd like to request our general evaluator, Toastmaster Smithy, to take charge of this segment from here onwards. Toastmaster Smithy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saros. What a cheerful moment we are having with love letters, listening to stories. I would say yes stories and no stories, because someone got lucky, someone didn't got. So that's it. Okay, so moving on to our evaluation segment, like Toastmaster Saros rightly highlighted the importance of feedback. We also have Toastmaster Yusuf ready to come here and have his feedback for the Toastmaster Punit. So Toastmaster Yusuf, please evaluate our Toastmaster Punit, who has just given his L1 P2 project. So over to you.
Let's all imagine Toastmaster Punit in St. Boxello. He's having his time, and then if he had shared this story on social media, he would have been an instant celebrity. Kudos to that. I loved the way you started your speech with a cheer and with letting us imagine the mesmerizing feeling of, say, Foxindo. I loved your confidence and I loved how you connected the story. How is internet important in our real life? And how is internet basically really important in particular field? I loved the way you shared your story of Mighty Karnali, where you went on a very wonderful trip, and there you experienced a very like hard trek, right? And you felt like, can you imagine how it did I felt? But this was without a vocal tone. So it would be better if you could express it by sharing a certain insight of that hike with us and sharing it in a very big vocal variety. Can you please imagine how did I felt inside when I had a destination waiting for me? So this would have been a great thing you could do. Despite that, the story was really great. I was totally lost in your story. But there were some few pause filler and you were missing the 3-second rules of eye contact, where you have to contact and pause for 3 seconds and then move the direction and then pause again for 3 seconds and then move forward. All in all, it was really great speech, and the way you connected and stated the importance of internet was done greatly. So, all in all, it was really great to hear from you, and I guess that internet has really impacted us. And what will I do without internet? Because Toastmasters itself is an online platform, right? Firstly, I think that we got to know about Toastmasters through internet. So you stated the importance of internet in this real world and how you felt when the rural people were connecting with their families and having the smile. So all in all, it was really a great speech. Combined, the cherry on the top would be if you finish it on the time. So over to you, Toastmaster Puneet, and I congratulate you for completing your level 1 project 2. And let's cherish this moment for Toastmaster Puneet. Let's have a round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yusuf, for the wonderful evaluation of our feature speaker, Toastmaster Puneet. I'm sure he would definitely incorporate the feedbacks you have given to him. Now, moving on to my indirect evaluators report, starting off with the counter, Toastmaster Ashika, who is the member of Academia Toastmaster Club and student of Thames College. So, over to you, Toastmaster Ashika, with your counter report, please.
Good evening, everyone. The Toastmaster of the evening, Saurus Tamrakar, used pause fillers twice, and the timer Khagendra Singh used the repetitive word once. Word counter was the feature speaker Punit Manandar used repetitive word once and other hesitation once. The evaluator was flawless today, spotless today. The table topic masters Tamani Subedi used pause fillers repetitively. The table topic speaker 1 used pause filler twice, over long pause once. Table topic speaker 2 used pause fillers 3 times, and table topic speaker Punit Manandar used overused word once. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashika. Moving on with the other team member from TAG, Grammarian, Toastmaster Anil, with your report, please.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Smriti. So here's my report for today. Word of the day was used for altogether of 11 times. Toastmaster Soros used each for 4 times. Toastmaster Puneet used each for 1 time. Toastmaster Samani used it for 5 times, and Toastmaster Yusuf used it for 1 time. The good words or uses, good words or phrases goes like this: mentored, lined up, mesmerizing, mighty Karnali, way back in terms of infrastructure, pity, disheartening, immense pleasure, cherry on the top, and incorporate. So here are some improper uses of languages, and my suggestions goes like this. The improper use was like, in my opinion. This is in my opinion. So thought process in your could have been, a thought process come in my mind, come in your mind could have been, come up in your mind. There was no internet could have been, there were no internet. It was used like this. Have you imagined what would happen if there was no internet? So this was the case. And the other one phrase was used like this: to arrive to my doorstep could have been to arrive at my doorsteps. And you experienced could have been you experienced. We set up the infrastructure could have been we had set up the infrastructure. Also, this session could have been, and this session would also. Thank you.
Anil, for your report. Now moving on with the timer. Your report, please. Toastmaster Khagendra.
Okay, I'm ready to report. As a timer, I have recorded the time of everyone's speakers. For the a Toastmasters timer Serfa has taken around 2.5 minutes time. Then after, as the presiding officer, and today you are the general evaluator also. So you have taken, till now you have taken 8 minutes and 5 seconds. And as a TMOA, our Toastmaster Sorosor has taken 19 minutes and 29 seconds. And for the visual speaker, our Toastmaster Punit Manandar has taken 7 minutes and 48 seconds, but unfortunately he is not eligible for voting. And for the stable topics master, Toastmaster has taken 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And for the table topic speaker, speaker number 1 has taken 1 minute and 58 seconds. Speaker number 2 has taken 1 minute and 14 seconds. And similar, and speaker 3rd has also taken 1 minute and 14 seconds. And evaluator first, Toastmasters has taken 3 minutes and 6 seconds. And grammarian has taken 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And our counter has taken 51 seconds. Until now, this is my all report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khagendra, for that timer report of yours. And moving on to my report as a general evaluator. Well, first of all, thank you to our SAA for starting the meeting on time at 2:15 p.m. and also stating the mission, though it was written there, but you managed to read it out from there and explain it to the members in a very nice way. Thank you to that. Okay, next, our TMOE. I don't have any words to express how beautifully he has conducted the meeting so far. Again, theme itself, love letters. I remember when I mentioned the theme in the morning to one of my Toastmaster colleagues, he was mesmerized by the theme. He said, wow, what a theme. He was Toastmaster Anil. Okay, that's a nice theme for us. And even you managed to make us write the love letters, even to those who did write it down till now. So maybe I think Toastmaster Samani, you mentioned that you hadn't written down love letters yet, but now on you will. Love letters. Love letter doesn't have to be with a boyfriend or girlfriend. It could be anyone. Just expressing your love, isn't it? So thank you, Toastmaster Saros, for being the Toastmaster of evening and conducting the session in such a nice and engaging way. Evaluator, you're flawless. You've managed to evaluate in such a nice way. I wish I could be like you someday. Thank you. Just one thing I would like to request my team, my Toastmaster fellow members, that if you could manage to come on time, that would be a great thing from next meeting onwards. Otherwise, I don't have any other feedbacks to be shared at this moment. So thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Saros. Over to you now.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Smriti. I think we have one more vote to be casted for better role taker. So now I request everyone to vote for your better role taker. The better role takers would be, what's the system here in the club? Tag, timer, art counter, grammarian, Sergeant Adams.
Evaluator.
No.
No.
Only tag.
Only tag?
Only tag.
Only tag?
Tag
Okay.
in out.
So please vote for timer, art counter, or grammarian. Not essay.
Not essay. Table topic.
No, role taker.
Role taker. Oh, that's the
The only
So except for the timer, art counter, and grammarian, I request everyone to vote for the better role taker for today's meeting.
Except timer, grammarian, and
only tag.
only tag.
Vote for the tag. Vote for the tag.
We are not allowed to vote for ourselves.
But the tag are not allowed to vote for yourself.
No, I mean, we are not.
Okay, fantastic. So while the ballot counter is finalizing his last voting poll, let me take you down my memory lane and finish up my story as well of my first love letter and the consequences that I had with it. So as we had wonderful evaluations and feedback from our direct as well as indirect role takers along with the general evaluator, it is very important to have those feedbacks, and I mentioned why or how I should have been given feedback for my love letter as well. Because what happened following up with that was I went on taking the mentorship from my unnecessary, unwanted friend who was giving me all sorts of weird ideas, and that eventually led to the girl breaking up with me. It sounds funny now, but this is what happens if you take wrong advice from wrong people. If you do not receive a good feedback. So this is why feedbacks are very, very important. Not just in Toastmasters or not just in speaking, but in real life as well. Now, let's go back to that paper, and now this time I would like to request to those of you who have not shared anything from whatever you've written there, to share anything that you've written. You've written quite a lot of things over the course of 1 hour. So to those of you especially who have not shared anything, would you like to share anything that you've written on that paper? We'll start from there. Toastmaster. Yes. Yes, go on. Go on.
I'm always lost of words when it comes to love letters. But what I can share with you today is that during my grade 6.
Grade 6?
Early.
Early bird.
You can imagine. But I have never written a love letter
Okay.
in a formal way or. Okay. During grade 6, I used to wear a watch, very cheap watch, and I used to go on showing it to all the girls in the classroom. You can guess what was written in the watch. Yes. That's the only love letter I have ever shown to anybody.
You've been quiet. Go on then.
Same goes with me. I have not written anything, just talking about my love letter. I experienced in like I guess grade 9. So one girl newly came to our school, so she was very attractive. So I got attracted to her. So due to I talked with my friends and talk about the scenario how I was attracted to her. So they also suggested me some ideas, but unluckily I couldn't propose her. But I just wrote later, but I don't know what I wrote. But after 1 week or 10 days of this school days, she dropped off from the school, so it couldn't be delivered. So that was my first experience. So thank you.
Yes, you. There's no one behind you.
Likewise, other Toastmaster, I have never written love letter. But if I would I will list up like a song, and that song will be Ekai Nazaरमा Maya Basyo Hari. Thank you.
Who have you got left? Oh, Toastmaster Penma.
Yes, I never write love letter so far. If I wanna write, first of all, I will write dear lovely and her name, and then after subject is I will respect and understand, because without understand and respect, it will lead to the one side love, and it will register for your dustbin your letter. Yeah, and I will mention my phone number and
And name. Do not forget. Okay, anyone who has yet to share anything that they've written? Oh yes, go on then. Toastmaster Siddhi hasn't shared anything.
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, I think because I don't quite remember whether I had written a love letter or not. I have written a lot of text because with my current husband, he's my third boyfriend. To be very honestly, he was my third boyfriend, and he's my husband at the moment. Lifelong husband.
Lifelong husband.
Yeah. I don't remember if I had any written love letter to him. In my past days, may have written, like everyone said, but the line I have written today on the request of Toastmaster Sarah is, "Hello, love, how are you today?" So that's it.
Do we have anyone else who would like to share anything? Toastmaster Yusuf has been quiet. Let's hear it from you, Toastmaster Yusuf.
Let's evaluate your love.
So one sentence I would write is, your eyes are beautiful. You asked the question, right? So I would answer, your eyes are beautiful. And the first statement I would start is, my sunflower. Because sunflower is my favorite. And I have one story that I haven't shared, that I had gotten, again, a love letter from my crush this time. And that very love letter is still with me at this, not at this moment, but still is with me, kept safely, so that I could like see it and cherish my memories. So that's it. So she is at Dolpa. I guess she is teaching some like Dolpa students. So she was also the Miss Universe, Little Universe, 2017.
Oh,
so she was my crush. Not my only, but
everybody is the whole. Yeah. 2017.
Miss Little Universe.
Miss Little Universe 2017. Okay, anyone else? This is your last chance to share whatever you've written. Toastmaster Ashika has been quiet. Come on, Toastmaster Ashika.
I haven't written anything.
So, you can share whatever you like then. Yeah.
I've never written a love letter till now, and I don't plan on writing one.
I'm sure you have received few.
No, I haven't received.
Uh,
I'm more focused on my studies right
Ooh.
now. So.
Love does study. So I have something to share.
Yes.
There is nothing in this letter, but I want to share a moment, one of my moments. So I think I had written my first love letter during class 7. I was in class 7, yes, and I had a crush of class 8 because I had my friends at class 9. I didn't have my friends. I didn't have my friends in my class because they were small. I was pretty big in class 7. So from class 6, I used to have friends of class 8 or class 9. So when I jumped to class 7, and I had a crush on class 8 because she was just arriving in our school when she was in class 7. So it was already 1 year. So I had planned to write a letter because I thought she used to give me like glance time to time. So I wrote a letter and I sent. One of my sister used to study with her. So through my sister, I delivered the letter. And one of my friend came up during lunch. Aduro prem, Anil ko prem aduro. So whatever he told that he saw that girl just gap the letter like this and threw it in dustbin without reading. So that one pretty song Aduro reminds me of that.
Oh. Wow, so many stories being shared, so many moments to cherish. And to those of you who have not written a love letter, I hope this will be a start to writing a love letter to your loved ones. That loved one could be anyone, as our general evaluator mentioned earlier.
I think it was a clear win, but I would like to take this moment to thank Toastmaster Soros for giving this opportunity as an evaluator for such an exceptional speaker. And it was really amazing to hear you, and I would like to hear you from you again and again because your story are something that I can relate with me because I can say that people will feel loved and seeing those people smile with a reason and making them connected is sort of thing that I really want to do in life. So that was it, and I would like to congratulate you and thank you so much for this opportunity. And thank you, WorldLink Toastmasters Club.
Now, looks like our ballot counter is ready. So now I request Toastmaster Ujjwal, who is a new member of Academia Toastmasters Club, a student at Thames International College, to come here and present the awards for our winner of today's meeting.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm here to present the certificate to the winner of today's meeting. And the best role taker award goes to, any guess?
Time over.
Toastmaster Anil Rajak.
Camera is there.
Wait.
Go trophy. View. Acceptance speech.
Thanks for this appreciation. So it always keeps on motivating because of these small things. So I would just cherish this moment for today. Thank you.
And our next award is for best table topic speaker. And the award goes to Toastmaster Roshan Karki.
Check shirts.
Acceptance speech.
So I'm cherished by this today, and this is my first award. I don't know what more I can say during the theme of love. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for Thank you. And I would like to say one thing again. This is my first certificate as a better evaluator. So this thing always motivates me a lot, and I would like to thank WorldLink Toastmasters for it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal, for conducting that award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, now we've come to the end of this meeting. I hope you all had fun.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's a yes. Okay, that sounds like a yes now. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
It was not educational or anything like that.
It was lovely.
It was lovely, fantastic. So as long it was lovely, it's fantastic. It's great. So on this note, I would also like to highlight to the club, to the members, that you do not have to strictly have to have certain criteria, because in Toastmasters we only follow this pattern and you can do anything that you want. Because to be honest, I only came up with the theme this morning. Up until last night, I had only volunteered to become the Toastmaster of the evening. I had not thought about the theme because I was busy with my own things last night. And this morning I came up with the theme, and throughout the day I just went over my head and I thought, how am I going to conduct this meeting? And I think it went pretty well for a day's effort. But on that note, getting the role takers, getting the evaluators, that takes a lot of time. The preparation takes a lot of time. So I highly encourage all the members to take the role of Toastmaster of the day as soon as the opportunity comes, because it is a wonderful ride. That entire 5 or 6 days of preparation is wonderful. Toastmaster Somani is agreeing, because last week we had her doing all that fantastic dance and step and singing, and I missed the one before that where you guys had the guitar and we were singing. So it can be a joyous meeting. It doesn't have to be strictly very boring or say very corporate setup. You can have fun and still conduct a Toastmasters meeting, and I think that brings us together more. We get to share and cherish each and every moment. So on this note, now I would like to formally end my part of the meeting, and now I would like to request our presiding officer, Toastmaster Smriti, to formally adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saroz, once again for conducting this session in a very beautiful way. Like you said about taking the roles is very important, and how we can develop each other by taking the roles. So I request all our members to come forward from next week onwards to take any roles that we have, so that we can conduct the meeting without any disrupt. And with this, let's formally end the meeting with this gavel.